Hey guys, this is Mrs. Steele, one of the JC chemistry teachers. And today I wanted to give you a little bit of understanding about how I'd like you to organize your notes. So I know what you're thinking. Okay, we're in a virtual setting and you can't always see my work, Miss Steele, so why do I need to stay organized or have a formal notebook? Well, as far as I'm concerned, organization is even more important in a virtual setting. So what I'm going to do in this quick video is just show you how to begin organizing a notebook, what supplies you need, and the steps to take every day to establish a really good routine that will help you stay organized. And in the event that you get confused about a particular lesson, you can communicate what those concerns are in a way where I can follow your train of thought much easier. All right, so to begin, let's talk about what materials you will need. Number one, you need a binder, okay? I'm talking just simply a 3-ring binder with some college ruled notebook paper, okay? You also need to have some writing utensils, pen, pencil, and maybe even, if you're really into color coding and all that, some highlighters, okay? Those of you that may have some older siblings, maybe they've had me before, they probably know that I'm really into having an organized notebook and that I love to provide a table of contents like you see over here, okay? Now, I can't physically give you guys this table of contents, so either A, you can go find little cute versions of these on the internet, or B, just simply use a sheet of notebook paper and do what you see here. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to start creating assignments or entries for my notebook on this table of contents. Now, at the point that you're watching this video, we are not that far into the semester, so I'm basically going to walk you through how to set up the notebook, and then the expectation is each following day you would add on the next day's entry, kind of like a diary entry or like a journal entry, okay? All right, so I would like you to grab a sheet of loose leaf paper right now. Okay, the person that's just watching the video, yeah, you. Go grab a sheet of loose leaf paper that's plain, grab something to write with, a pencil or a pen, and let's take this time to get our lives together, to get our notebooks organized. At the top of this sheet of paper, I'd like you to title it Chemistry Notebook Table of Contents. Okay? Now, over summer 2020, which is the time in which you guys are probably seeing this, pre-AP and chemistry have undergone a revamp of curriculum. The content is exactly the same as the past, but the order in which things will be taught will be significantly different from in years past. So if perhaps you have an older sibling or a friend and they've had experience with a class here at JC from various chemistry teachers, I'm just forewarning you now that the order in which this class will be taught will be significantly different from what has been done in the past. We will still cover the same material, but in a different pattern or order, which actually will help the concept kind of spiral. And we'll talk more about what I mean by spiral, but we'll keep developing our understanding from the macroscopic to the microscopic, okay? So try not to play a comparison game where you go back and look at old stuff because it's not going to match up with the order in which it was taught in the past. All right, so after you've written your title up here, if you're just using notebook paper, simply make a skinny column on the left and then make a big column on the right. And for that skinny column heading on the left, title it entry. And all we're going to do is say like entry 1, 2, 3, etc. like that. Okay? Over here on the side where it says assignment, that's where we're going to put a description of what topic was covered, etc. Okay? So at the point of watching this video, we've only done a couple things. We'll say entry 1 was the first day of school notes. Okay, and for those of you that are wondering what I'm doing, I'm literally just writing on the table of contents right now. Entry 2 would be the second day of school notes. Let me hold that up so you can see it. And there you go. Day 1, first day of school notes. Day 2, second day of school notes. Okay. Now you might be in a little bit of a panic right now, like, what do you mean notes? We were supposed to take notes. And if you actually clicked on the links to the videos, you participated in the live session, or you looked at the recordings, you know, ooh, excuse me, you know that in those videos, it says that I expect you to take notes. Even if it's simply like 3 or 4 bullet points each day, you will find that actually writing something out, as opposed to just listening passively or not even looking at the screen and you're just looking off at a distance, but taking notes while you're going over something will help with retention. And then let's say that you maybe forgot what we discussed one day. You can go, oh yeah, on such and such day, flip, flip, flip through the notes. Oh, we talked about this, this, this. And if a question comes up later on, or you need me to go back and rework something with you in a small group session on WebEx, then I can do so if I know which day and which topic you're referring to. It can just take out so much guesswork that can make our time a lot easier, okay? So that's what I'm talking about for these days. So essentially what we would do at this point, we would hole punch. Doop, doop, doop. For you guys, if you're using loose leaf paper, you don't have to hole punch because I assume it's already hole punched, but I would hole punch this and I would place it in my binder, okay? So it would be like my first page inside my binder, okay? So let's assume that you already had some notes from the first day of school. The best thing that you could do would be to always write a heading at the top of your paper. That would be your name, the date in which the lesson was covered, and the block. Okay? So a generic template for how this would look would be up in the top right-hand corner, name, date, block. Just like that. Okay? On the top line, I would write down what entry it is on that new sheet of paper, entry 1, and then I would put the title of the assignment. First day of school notes. Let me show you that. Awesome. I've got a title. It clearly says what entry this is in my binder. And let's say that that first day of school, it was all kind of starter information, and maybe there was only like 3 or 4 bullet points of useful information that you felt like were really, really significantly different from other teachers' classes. So you would just say blah, 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 whatever those notes were. I'm doing squiggles. Please don't have squiggles. You can't really study squiggles, but you would actually have like written out notes, and you can use honestly any note-taking strategy that is beneficial. Some of you guys maybe have taken like AP World History in the past, or another class. Maybe they use Cornell notes or some type of other type of note-taking method. At the moment, until I start showing you guys some other note-taking methods, you can just simply do either bullet points, or if you're used to doing outlines in English class or whatever, you can kind of model your note-taking off of that. Now, these are, for the most part, your notes. I recommend that you don't put anything too unusual on your notes, because I might say, hey, take a picture of your notes and upload them, like you'll submit them on Schoology. So just be careful not to put a whole bunch of like doodles that aren't pertaining to the topic, if you get what I mean. It's okay to highlight from time to time, but just don't go so crazy with the colors that it's hard to read the actual written work on the paper. Okay, so those are a couple of my starting suggestions right there. So that would be what entry 1 looks like. You would repeat the same process for entry 2. You would get a new sheet of paper and you would put name, date, block in the top, and then you would write entry 2, second day of school notes on the top line right here, and you would proceed to put any notes that you had gotten from the second day of school. Okay. Let's say that you have a video to watch, like an Edpuzzle video, or there's some other assignment. Maybe it appears to be an assignment that you can like click on and type your data into that one. Before you consider yourself done for the day, I want you to scan back through that assignment and determine if there's any new terms, like vocabulary terms, a picture, something that stands out to you that would help to make that day. What do you, in essence, what would make that lesson really stand out, or what's your summary from that day? Okay. So let's say that you had a whole online assignment. It might have been 5 pages, two YouTube video links, and then you had some practice problems, blah, blah, blah. Well, I want to make sure that you have a little short summary of that whole packet. The packet you might submit online, but once you submit the packet to me, then it's not like you're going to print the packet out and then have it in your binder, unless you just have a lot of ink at home and a printer that can handle printing all those pages out. So for the rest of us folks that maybe don't have an endless supply of ink, I recommend that you just look through the assignment before you submit it to me on Schoology and write out any new vocabulary terms, a quick definition, maybe include a drawing or a sketch of a graph, trend lines, whatever, to help that information kind of come alive to you, and have it on your 1-page summary. Okay? So, just to be clear before we wrap up, every single day will have an entry. Okay? I want you to just number them chronologically, like just 1, 2, 3, or sequentially perhaps would be the appropriate term. And then every day you just add on. So after day or entry 2, just to make sure y'all are clear, the next entry that you all should have would be the next day, which would be our first official lesson, okay? Our first official lesson where we get into chemistry content. So that would be lesson 1.1 or 1.01. And then in particular, we're going to be looking at the particulate view of matter, like that. Okay, so I went ahead and wrote in that entry 3, lesson 1.01, the particulate view of matter. You're going to notice that the first couple days start out very simple, kind of physical science level, and then suddenly it starts weaving in deeper and deeper as the days progress. So if it seems kind of physical science-ish for a little bit, don't panic, don't worry. It's going to get more in depth. We're going to surpass the depth of chemistry, or not chemistry, but the depth of physical science by leaps and bounds. So don't worry, we will cover all the same skills as we have done in years past. Okay? So I hope this helps you get your binder organized, and I truly hope that each day this will help you to have structure. My final note would be, please, please, please do not mix and match classes into the same binder. You need to have a different binder for APUSH. You need to have a different binder for your computer science class. You need to have a different binder for your art class, or whatever it is. Do not cram other materials into this binder, because if we need to have a one-on-one conference, or you need me to review something, I'm going to ask you, okay, what entry are you having difficulty with? And you'll be like, I'm having trouble with entry 3, lesson 1.01. Can you help me with understanding blah, 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 blah about that lesson? And I'm going to say, okay, can you flip to it and kind of show me what you're talking about? And it'll help tremendously if you go, sure, no problem, and you flip over to that entry, and then you can kind of talk about where the confusion or where your questions may lie. Okay, I hope that has helped. I will see you next lesson.